We're talking about smells. We're talking about chemicals in the air. We're talking about how much really is in the air. By the way, you guys, I did an Amazon Live. Check it out because I talk about air cleaners. So I talk about air cleaners, the whole bit. So take a look at that when you get a chance. It's really cool. So you can see the link is in profile, link is in description. The Amazon Live I just did. Check it out when you get a chance, because I had all these air cleaners out and everything. And I was talking about the air cleaners. I had the IQ out. I had the molecule out. I had the co-way out. So I had all these different air cleaners. It was really great. So talking about air and how much people don't realize what's actually in the air outside. And this isn't about, live in fear, breathing, live in fear of what's in the air. That's not what this is about. This is about just knowing what you're up against so you can protect yourself. And that's really what it is. So you can protect yourself. You know, that's a big deal right there all on its own. Using things to actually support our immune system, right, was really good when you're dealing with things in the air. So I might get a couple of things out, talk about that in a second too. Good to see you guys. Incredible. You saw the IQ Air thing that I was showing, the IQ Air. I've been using that for 20 years. The IQ. I showed you guys, right? And I showed you the molecule and all that on the. Some of you guys just were at Amazon Live and saw that. Yeah, it was a great show. People should check it out when they get a chance. The link is in the description right there. Amazon Live, right? Hilarious watching your laughing fit. I'm still trying to get over that laughing fit. Nicholas Russell, thanks for being there. Seriously, thanks for being there. It took over and I was just paralyzed from it. It was crazy. Thank you for being there. Yeah, on YouTube. Amazing. Nicholas on YouTube. You guys on TikTok, just so you know, we're talking about what people are up against in the air, what they're dealing with, different smells. So it's not like you can, if people are near a beach and they go walk on the beach, it's like you don't even smell the salt air anymore. People go into a park and they're taking a walk in the park. They don't smell the fresh air anymore so much. People are completely blitzed out. Their senses are blitzed out. Their cranial nerves are blitzed out. They can't smell anymore because they don't know what they're smelling because they're so drenched in all kinds of toxic things, right? Cold White Spring says, I can't believe you would be back. Laugh out loud. I'm back. So what happens is that we get so much scent, like fragrances in our system. We're smelling it all the time. They're making scents last longer. So there's detergents that are like extra scented, like extra activated. So what they're doing is they're making chemical fragrances where they become activated when you go near them practically. I mean, these are like diabolical chemical concoctions where if you touch whatever was on there, like if you touch that fragrance, if it was an air freshener and sprayed on a couch and you touch that couch, it blows it up. It blows it up. That's how highly toxic it is. So chemical companies, the chemical industry, they sit there and they design all these dangerous chemicals, and these things are just unchecked, and then they just dump them in products, right? And that's how it works. So perfumes and colognes aren't what they used to be from yesteryear, and this is important to know too, right? If you're somebody with chronic illness, okay, you don't want to be using perfumes and colognes. Let's just break that one. So it's just a continuation of the Amazon Live I just did. Yeah. So Tori said BioClean. You can check out that Amazon Live. Exactly. I talked about all kinds of stuff, right? So what happens is people don't realize that perfumes and colognes aren't like they were 100 years ago, 80 years ago, 60 years ago. They're a lot worse now. They're really dangerous chemical concoctions is what they are. And people don't realize this. And if anybody's got chronic illness and they're breathing this in every day, there's people on Instagram, there's people right on Facebook, Instagram, on all the other platforms that have chronic illness. They got all kinds of problems. They got all kinds of nervous system problems, migraines, all these issues. And then they're like, okay, I'm heading out to go see my friends right here. I'm going to head out and go see them. I just got that all over me just now. That's fantastic. This is great. So, yeah. So, whew. My God. That perfume bottle just exploded practically. So people don't realize that when they get this perfume, oh, let me just put some perfume on me. Here, let me just spray some perfume on me right now. And what they don't realize is that's lowering their immune system and intoxicating them in a really effective way where it affects their lives. So they can get the migraines worse headaches. It can bring on neurological symptoms. If someone has depression, perfume and cologne won't help that depression. It worsens the depression, can help worsen the depression, right? These are things that we have in control. We could be like, okay, I could stop my perfumes and colognes. I could stop my aftershaves, right? I could stop my really bad hair care products. I can pull my air fresheners out of the wall. We have control over those dangerous chemicals going into us every day, knocking down our immune system. So and look, I know you guys are going to come up with the essential oil thing. This is where the whole essential oil thing comes out, like essential oils. But check out on Rumble. I did an essential oil episode on Rumble when you get a chance. We're live on Rumble right now too, but check out on Rumble the essential oil episode I did, so you know about that too, because that's not all just all fine and dandy and nothing to worry about there either. So that's an important episode. So if you guys just came on TikTok right now, we're talking about fragrances, we're talking about chemicals, we're talking about how much chemical scent and smell that we're breathing in, and I talk about that in Cleanse to Heal too. Right? I talk about chemical sensitivities in Cleanse to Heal. So there's a chemical sensitivity section here. Check it out when you get a chance. That's in Cleanse to Heal. I talk about that. I talk about like fragrances, scented candles, and all that stuff. So scented candles is another one to be really concerned about. Is the scented candles. They come in all shapes and sizes. And that's something that's really interesting too. So people think they're health experts, of course, and they're like, well, and you may be a health expert, absolutely. But what happens is there's a lot of people though, they're like, lighting their scented candles, but they're also into natural health, and they're literally intoxicating the people around them. They're poisoning their family, they're poisoning themselves with the scented candles, because we're talking about a compilation of 1,000 chemicals and more. Yeah, incense is bad too, totally. Caruso on YouTube, incense is really bad as well. We're talking about a lot of chemical concoctions that are irritating and damaging to the central nervous system. Chemicals are a big one right now. So we're heading to a place where no one, 10 years from now, is going to be able to really smell what nature smells like anymore. Those days are over. Because people are going to be coated in all this stuff. They're going to be coated in fabric softeners, detergents that have scents and fragrances, right? They're going to be coated in all of this, okay? So Michael H. says, poisons are everywhere and we must live in constant fear. AW, we don't, that's not it at all. What it is, it's about chronic illness. So if you're somebody with no chronic illness, okay, and you're not struggling with any kind of symptoms and conditions, and you want to douse yourself in chemicals until someday those chemicals take you out, be that person. So if you're not sick with anything, and you want to use all the fabric softeners, and you want to use the detergents with the fragrances, and you want to dump perfumes and colognes on you, and you want to burn scented candles, and you want to stick plugins in the wall, and you want to cook yourself with all this stuff, right? If you want to do that and live your life, fine. Eventually, it'll get you in the end, and you'll be like walking around with dementia and be like this later on. You'll be like, you'll just be that person that walked out of their house in their underwear, and you're walking down the street, and all of a sudden a family member has to call the police, and they have to say, my aunt just walked out of the house. She's got dementia. We don't know where she went. And that's what happens. So that will happen later on, fine. You might be that person, you got nothing going on, but when it comes down to chronic illness, when it comes down to neurological symptoms, when it comes down to aches and pains, tics and spasms, chronic fatigue, burning skin, jaw pain, neck pain, back pain, eczema, psoriasis, you want to know about these chemicals and these fragrances. You want to know about them all. That's really important because it's not about being in fear. It's about protecting yourself. So does it make sense to you where, okay, because I know somebody, right, that they use cologne. Lots of it, right? Lots of it, okay? Their child and their pets have all these problems. And the cologne is just like saturating the house because every time you use it every day, it gets on everything. It rubs on the walls, it gets on the furniture, it gets in everything, right? Right? And so the children were getting sick, baby was getting sick, pets were getting sick, right? And this person got rid of the cologne and everybody started getting better. It's that toxic. And it all depends on what's happening in your life. You can be that person it doesn't affect, but eventually it will, right? So when it comes down to all of these chemicals, it's not like it used to be. These chemicals are a lot more dangerous because they go deep into your cells. They go deep into your organs. And there's a difference here. It's not like it was years ago, okay? We're in a time. Cornelia says, I've lost smell since December. Don't smell a thing, but get headaches around cleaning products or perfumes. Because the reason why is even though you can't smell the perfume, right? Perfumes, you can't smell them. They're causing a problem with your central nervous system. So they cause a problem with your health. It's a prime example. But when you can smell them too, you'll even correlate it that way too. Okay? Yeah. So, Christy, I was struggling with chemical sensitivities before knowing from Anthony its origins. Thank God I know now how to protect myself with this information. Christy, why don't you just plug in air fresheners, light some scented candles, get some new perfumes, right? No way, because exactly, you're so smart. Because it's important. Once you know, you can protect yourself and not have all that. Exactly. So here's what happens with the chemicals today. And I just want to run this by you guys. This is serious stuff. What's in scented candles, and ever since the whole plague started, the scented candle world has exploded. Every single person practically in the United States and other places around the world, almost every single person decided to buy a candle or start burning the candles they had and buy more candles. And so every home and apartment around the world, basically, especially in the U.S., there's scented candles now burning. So ever since everybody was kind of like locked down in that plague situation, they were just burning scented candles. It was like rituals. Everybody had them on their coffee tables. They had them in their bedrooms. It's the candles, right? They got highly, highly intoxicated. We've come to a point where it's really out of control. So what is in here? What's a chemical? What's a dangerous chemical? It's a synthesized material that was synthesized off of another material, off of another material, off another material. Chemicals aren't just they create a chemical and that's the chemical they use and that's it. They create a chemical, then they mix it with another chemical, create a new chemical, mix it with another chemical, create a new chemical. And what they do is they create like a bloodline of chemicals that are destructive in nature, stronger than the last chemical, and stronger than the last chemical, and then stronger than the last chemical. And that's one of the reasons why it's so devastating on the system and everything. We're live right now on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, Getter, Twitch, TikTok, Telegram. We're even live on Twitch, like Twitch. We're live on Twitch. We're live on Twitch, you guys. That's a really cool Twitch, so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about all this. All right. Yep, our local hairdresser sprayed many chemicals on my hair, so next time, no. What you do is when you get your hair done, you don't have to get the chemicals. Say, hey, look, can I not get all the chemicals? Can you not spray all those chemicals on me? Afterwards, like, that's a nice hairstyle we just gave you. Let me just spray all this chemical on you, right? It's like, when it comes down to those chemicals, they're not much different than this right here. It's like basically, look, I'm just going to spray this insect killer on your head, okay? So let me just spray this on your head afterwards. There isn't much difference at all from pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, because pesticides are in hair care products, they're in perfumes. I'm not talking about a trace of pesticide. I'm talking about pesticide, like a certain level of it, a certain amount of it used as an ingredient purposely. That's the difference. Like they're like, okay, we're going to make this perfume and we're going to add the ingredients into this perfume since nobody knows what they are. And we're going to add actual pesticide, and they actually put real pesticides in. That's the whole point. That's why pesticides smell like perfume. People don't realize it. Pesticides, insecticides, lawn chemicals, okay? If you ever lived near a conventional farm where they're spraying everything, they're spraying tomatoes, they're spraying, whatever it is, zucchini, they're spraying whatever it is. If you've ever been next to a conventional farm where they're spraying cabbage, it's perfume. The insecticides they're using on all of the crops are straight perfume. There's no difference between the person walking by in the street with the perfume, the wind blowing the perfume off of them, and what's in the field. They're one and the same. People don't realize that. That's how crazy it is. Yes, there's differences, but they're actually still connected. Check out, Chucky L says, I was hoping he'd be here on Twitch. Incredible. On Twitch, awesome. Yeah, no, I love Twitch. I'm trying to come up with a new like dance with that one. It's incredible. Kimmer, cool that you have a Twitch too. Hey, awesome, Twitch. I love it. Twitch. All right. Every time I say Twitch, it's like I want to start twitching. All right, okay. All right. You guys, this is incredible. So we're here. We're talking about the damaging effects of these chemicals. So we're breathing in more toxins than we know. And they're around us every day. So the regular ones are like your fabric softeners, your detergents, right? Your household cleaners, right? Your insect killers, right? That's the whole thing. Your insect killers, right? You want to like kill your insects, right? And everything. So I got a roach right here. Everybody's trying to kill everything that crawls into their house. And they're breathing all that up. Breathing it in. It's getting in their organs. So where does all this stuff go? It goes inside the liver. That's one place it goes. It goes inside every single organ. It goes inside the lungs. It stays in the lungs forever. It goes inside the heart. Stays in the heart. Stays in the nervous system. I mean, it's just, it travels all through the body. And it stays in the body. It stays in the brain. That's the other place it goes. That's a big deal right there. So any chemicals we're breathing in stays in the brain forever. It just does. Stays in the brain forever unless we get it out. And it's hard to get it out unless you do the right things. So 743 says, hey, Anthony, on Twitch again. Twitch. I got to get the Twitch thing down. Which isn't funny because I know people that suffer from a lot of twitches. They get tons of twitches and spasms. But this is a different twitch I'm doing. This is a twitch dance. So that's different. Michelle L. Good to see you. Michelle, you're on Twitch? Michelle, you're actually on Twitch. It's amazing. Oh, hey, Melon says, Melon's on Twitch. Games really need that B12 for their brain. Gamers really need that B12 for their brain. Yeah. Let me get that B12. It's so true. They do. They do need the B12. Exactly. So, yeah. Let me try to find that B12 really quick. Yep. Can't find it. This is some week, man. All right. Yeah, I'll get it in a little bit. Because it's true with the B12. Which is actually important to know. Another Twitch? They're Mingo? So you really are on Twitch? Yeah, I'm on Twitch. I am. Twitch. I'm on Twitch. I actually really like Twitch right now. I'm not kidding. I'm excited. I'm going to come up with a new Twitch dance. It's kind of different than the robot, though. All right. These chemicals get stuck. Karen says it's not funny. It's not funny with the twitching. I know. I know. There's a lot of people with a lot of twitching and spasming, and I'm always worried about them. I want them to get better. So medical meme information can help them. So, but that's not the kind of twitching I'm doing. I'm doing the dance. All right, you guys, we're live right now. So it's critical for B12. So that's important to know right there. If you guys, listen, I got a newsletter video coming out. It's about the pancreas. Or Sundays was about the pancreas. So I'm letting you know. So sign up to the newsletter so you can get those exclusive videos, right? TikTok, I got exclusive videos on TikTok. You got to check out when you can, all right? I posted an exclusive video on TikTok about roving body pain. So that's moving body pain, right? So yeah, that's moving body pain. Exactly. It's vagus nerve related. So I talk about that on Snapchat. I did an exclusive video on Snapchat on colitis. You got to check that one out when you can. On Telegram, I'm doing exclusive audio messages. And in Amazon Live today, I talked about air cleaners, and we're talking about air quality right now. So make sure you check out the Amazon Live I just did because I was showing everybody air cleaners. It was really cool. Link is in the description, just so you know. That's a B12 right here. When it comes down to the central nervous system, it's critical to have the B12 you need. Now, B12 testing doesn't cut the mustard. It doesn't, because they can't tell in a B12 test if the B12 is entered the nervous system. So I always keep people that I've ever known, like friends and family, I keep them on a lot of B12. And I personally take a lot of B12 every single day. That's what I do. This is the Vimergy B12. It's V as in Victor, I, M as in Mary, ERGY.com. So Vimergy.com. I'm not sponsored. This is the methylcobalamin and adenosylcobalamin B12. This is the B12 to use, okay? I don't own the B12 company and I'm not sponsored, but this is the one that I use and I give friends and family, right? So it's one of the defenses I use against like the chemical world. Because if your central nervous system is going to be under fire from all the chemicals, from the fragrances, from the scented candles, from the plug-in fresheners, right? From the perfumes, colognes, from the mosquito spray falling out of the sky. You want your nervous system to have enough B12. Tics, spasms, right? Twitches, burning skin, pain in the neck, pain in the jaw, trigeminal neuralgia, back pain, neuralgia, neuropathy, right? All these different things people go through. Brain fog, central nervous system issues, all of that. Like B12 is critical for all of that. Dementia, Alzheimer's, brain fog, anxiety, depression, depersonalization. And the problem is people don't have enough B12 in their system. They just don't. It's one of the key things you have to have. It's really important. Suzanne Peterson says, I'm taking all the Vimergy supplements that you recommend and feel great on YouTube. Suzanne, thank you for being here. Incredible. You guys, I'm just showing you like the Vimergy. As I fall off the table here, I'm just showing you the Vimergy B12. And I'm not sponsored, but that's the Vimergy B12. It's really a great one. So anyway, so look. And that's the book with the supplement protocols, recommendations in here, supplement dosages for over 200 symptoms, conditions. That's Cleanse to Heal, you guys. So what I do when I take B12 every day, I'll just show you right now, since we're talking about the B12, since somebody brought it up, right? So what I do is I do 2 dropperfuls, right? I do it twice a day. If I'm under a lot of stress, if I'm not sleeping because I'm working too many hours, if I'm doing 18-hour days, 20-hour days, what I'll do is I'll take a lot more. So when I'm doing 20-hour days, I do 4 dropperfuls twice a day. I'll do 6 dropperfuls twice a day if I'm really up against a lot of stress, if a lot's going on in my life, personal life and professional life, right? Where I'm working 20 hours a day at the same time, getting kicked in the stomach. I walk around with a kick me sign on my back, just so you know. I do. It comes with the territory of hearing a voice since age 4. So I walk around with a kick me sign on the back. It's just what happens, you know. So when things are happening in life, B12 is critical for protecting yourself, critical for protecting your nervous system because it's about the nervous system. That's a big deal. And so we're talking about like chemical fragrances, perfumes, Fragrance means you're not allowed to know what's in there. The reason why you're not allowed to know what's in that fragrance, whether it's an air freshener, a plug-in one, whether it's a spray one, whether it's a spray bottle one, whether it's out of a can, the reason why you're not allowed to know what's in that fragrance is because it's highly toxic. If someone was to fill a giant container of that fragrance in there, and you were to dive in there and take a bath in it, you would die. But when it's in small amounts, you don't die fast. Spray it on you, breathe it in. You don't die quick, right? You breathe it in, get the laundry going. Oh, I got the laundry with the extra fragrance scent in there. Let me get my laundry out of there. Fabric softeners. You don't die quick, right? It's a slow death, really slow death, right? Now, if they took all those chemicals from your fabric softener, from your detergents, from your perfumes, from all this stuff, and they put it into a big swimming pool, and they pushed you in it, and you decide to take a bath for an hour in it, you would die. You would die. That would be it. You would die in the pool. You would die in that chemical bath. So, but what they do is to just put a little in all these things, and they kill you that way, right? Death by 1,000 cuts. That's right, Jeanette. Exactly. Spot on. So, and you brought up somebody brought up the B12 earlier, so I was talking about how that protects the nervous system, and it's one of those great things that I use for friends and family. It's like, are you on your B12? I mean, you guys should hear me. It's like all the time. It's like this. It's like, yeah. You on your B12? Good, good. How much you taking? Aunt Margaret? Aunt Maggie? You took 4 dropperfuls today? Good. Good. You didn't take it yesterday? No, you have to take it every day. You have to. Okay. How's your pain? It's a little better? Okay, good. Good. All right, bye, Aunt Maggie. It's like that all day long. So it's always like, did you take your B12? Are you taking your B12? Anyway, that's the Vimergy. Just letting you guys know. Just so you know, it's a V as in Victor, IMERGY.com. It's Vimergy.com. I'm not sponsored. Not the owner of the company. Okay. So we're talking about chemical products, chemical scents. And then there's stuff that it's out of our control. They drop it out of the sky. So there's all the chemicals they're dropping out of the sky on us all the time. Mosquito spray, right? So that's just happening all the time. They're just dropping mosquito spray out there. They put billions and trillions of genetically modified mosquitoes out there, and then they drop mosquito spray, which doesn't kill them because they're still there. They can helicopter all that mosquito spray over us all the time in every state in the United States, all around the globe. They drop it on everybody, every year, every month, every other week, in your town, in your village. Whether anybody likes it or not, they drop it. So what they're doing is they're like just doing that because they're trying to exterminate mosquitoes, but they never get rid of them. Exactly. And then we're breathing that in all the time. Okay? So yeah, when it comes down to B12 levels, it works like this. Even if your B12 levels show up good, it doesn't mean they're testing your B12 levels in your central nervous system. They can't check how much B12 is in your vagus nerves. So let's talk about that for a little bit. Okay? So your brainstem back here, okay? And this is important to know. Your brainstem, all right? Okay, your brainstem that comes down, right? Comes down through here. Your vagus nerves that come off your brainstem, they can't do a B12 test on your vagus nerves. They can't check your brainstem to see how much B12 is in your brainstem. They can't check your brain to see how much B12 is in your brain, right? But if you're still chronically sick and you've got anxiety, depression, bipolar, OCD, depersonalization, right? Schizophrenia, body pain, burning skin, tingles, numbness, twitches. By the way, we're on Twitch, you guys, now. Spasms, okay? Right? And tics, right? Dizziness, vertigo, ringing in the ears, tinnitus. If you got all of that or any of it, your central nervous system needs that B12. So they'll say your B12 levels are fine, but if you got all these conditions or symptoms, your B12 levels aren't fine. It's critical to actually fix things. It really is. All right, so you guys, we're just covering some different stuff on chemicals, chemical toxins, all the stuff we breathe in everywhere. And this doesn't even include like exhaust and other stuff like that. This doesn't include all the different things that we're up against all the time. But we're also up against things that we can control, like perfumes, like care products, like body lotions with all this stuff in it, right? Hand creams that have all this chemical in it. We can't see fragrance stuff, fragrance laundry detergent, all those different things. And that breaks us down and beats us down over time and really does a number of us on us. You guys, I'm going to head off to IG. I'm going to put Telegram back on and TikTok back on, and I'm going to Instagram. Yeah. And Chucky L says heavy metals can be passed down. Absolutely. Generation to generation to generation to generation. For sure. Check out the Amazon Live I just did talking about air cleaners. Check out Telegram for personal audio messages, exclusive audio messages. Check out TikTok for exclusive videos I'm putting out there. Snapchat, I'm on there now too. Right? Check out the video I just did today on that one. You guys, incredible. So I'm heading off to IG, turning Telegram back on, and turning TikTok back on. I'll see you guys in a few minutes? So just a few minutes. So be ready. We're going to